Here's a look at legal stories making headlines today. The case against the parents of the 15-year-old suspect charged in the deadly Michigan school shooting has been delayed. The judge granted the prosecutor more time to collect evidence against James and Jennifer Crumbley, who were charged with involuntary manslaughter. They're accused of giving 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley access to a gun and failing to intervene when they were made aware of his disturbing behavior before the shooting. The hearing is now scheduled for February 8th. Ethan Crumbley is being charged as an adult for the shooting rampage that killed 4 students. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information connected to Jelani Day's death. The Illinois State University student was reported missing back on August 25th. His body was found in a river on September 4th, but it wasn't until weeks later that his body was identified and his family notified. Day's mother has fought back against claims that her son committed suicide and has made several requests for the FBI to get involved in her son's case. The recent smash and grab thefts that have hit high-end retail stores, especially in the San Francisco Bay Area, has many retailers and shoppers on alert. Some argue that reduced penalties for stealing opens the doors for the flash mob, like burglaries. BNC's Ansar Hassan has more.
The Saturday before Thanksgiving, more than 80 people stormed this Nordstrom. Within minutes, they made off with more than $100,000 in stolen merchandise. The night before, the Louis Vuitton store in San Francisco ransacked by this group of more than 20, caught on surveillance video.
The pillaging of department stores. The organized retail theft we're seeing throughout the country and in California, it's unacceptable, let's be clear.
A few days later, California Attorney General Rob Bonta spoke about joint efforts with local law enforcement that has led to arrests. California Governor Gavin Newsom saying busting these crime rings needs to be a priority.
These people need to be held to account. We need to investigate these crimes. We need to break up these crime rings. And we need to make an example out of these folks.
Police say that large flash mobs come together after a time and location are posted on social media, although companies such as Snapchat say there's no evidence of this. Regardless, law enforcement officials say these new tactics make it hard to identify those involved.
I'm not quite sure about the network and how it's working. I think that we're still trying to figure that out. But what's not working is the fact that they're doing it.
Some argue the decriminalization of low-level offenses makes it easy to manipulate the system. For example, in San Francisco, larceny theft, such as shoplifting, is up 18% from last year. But California's Prop 47 reduced penalties for some crimes, helping to reduce overcrowding in prisons. The threshold for felony theft used to be $500. It's now increased to $950. Organized crime rings can then pay low-level criminals, who are often juveniles, to steal for them, knowing the chance for prosecution is low. But Greg Woods, professor of criminal justice at San Jose State University, says it just comes down to money. With stores packed with merchandise for the holidays, these crimes are easy, fast, and payback is good.
If we consider the reports from the FBI annually, organized crime represents approximately $30 billion in revenue. This is but one of the historical schemes that we have observed where individuals are making money in an organized way that is calculated to benefit the organization.
Diana Becton is district attorney for Contra Costa County, where the Nordstrom is located. She says there has to be a balance between criminal justice reform and public safety. But she adds lawmakers need to take a hard look at the harsh realities on the ground.
Our communities need to also be thinking about pouring the resources in to our neighborhoods so that there are some alternatives for our young people.
In Walnut Creek, California, Ansar Hassan for Making the Case.